Alrighty guys, this is the season 4 flame staff rapier build update. I know it's been long awaited. I wanted to take some time to really fine tune this build and make sure when I put the guide out for you guys, to make sure when I put the build video out for you guys that it's as best as it can get, you know. So right off the bat, I changed up quite a bit of the gear from last season. Instead of running tuned leather pants, we're going with nimble coat. This is going to be a complete max cooldown reduction. I'm talking 30% cooldown reduction on this build. You're going to want 5 shirking heels or refreshing, and if you can get some health on those pieces of gear, that also will make your survivability even better. As far as the fire staff goes, we dropped empowering fireball, we put alacritus punishment, we got flame attunement, of course you need that keenly jagged, we got an ignited emerald on the staff. You could also put a jasper on, but right now it is bugged currently at the state in season 4. We're hoping we get a fix very soon, but like I said, definitely try out the jasper gem if you are watching this at a later time. And of course, the finisher, we're sticking with the augmented ignited ruby to give us that fire damage. They did buff the augmented rune glasses, especially for your secondary, which is really nice, and it scales with intelligence just like finisher, so it's a nice wombo combo. We're keeping stone form. That is a must, especially fighting outnumbered. And of course, I finally got Ankh, and we are running that for this build. You got your shirking heels, and of course on the earring, what also Ankh buffs is not only the healthy toast, but the healing heart. I swapped out refreshing toast for healing heart, guys. This is such a massive increase to your survivability with this build. We are 150 con. You may think we're squishy. However, the amount of healing that we get with this build is so important to realize. We kept regenerating, so that's gonna Ankh is gonna buff that regenerating. Is, like I said, with the healing heart, that 10% of your max health. That's why I was saying you want to have as many health pieces on your armor as possible to get that. So to get your max health up as high as it can, to get that big burst heal from your heart rune. We'll be getting our heart rune back very fast because of our dots. That's what really makes this build excel. We're running with the same ring, fire damage, hardy, bloodletting. We definitely need those bleed times to be longer as much as possible because we're not running 150 dex. But before we get to the attributes, we'll just go over real quickly our resistances. I think this is a very good spread. 7% slash damage. We get that 17% thrust damage to deal with the pesky bows, muskets, spear, and of course the blunderbuss. And then we have a good spread as far as our fire damage, lightning, void, and the rest. We get 11% and the 16% fire damage because I am fighting a lot of fire staffs, of course, and you want to be able to outlast them. I got 5 ignited gems on the body to give us even more damage. More damage the better. You don't have to go with the ignited rune glasses on the body, but I do recommend it. And if you can slot the empowering fireball on the body, that would also help your damage output because we are sacrificing empowering fireball for alacritus punishment on the fire staff. Alacritus punishment is such a good perk. You get a ton of damage from it, and I think for this build it is warranted. Moving on to the attributes, we're running 50 strength, 25 dex, 374 intelligence, 25 focus, and 150 con. This is a great lineup as far as the attributes go, getting that extra 10% for your heavy and the 5% for the light, getting an extra crit chance. We got enough damage in the intelligence, and of course we are going for that max CDR for this build. You get your abilities back so fast, and it really helps out your defensive capabilities, your movement, everything to do with the rapier. And then we are going 150 con. I think it's a very good middle ground as far as survivability and damage, because I tried as far as 250 con at one point, but I found myself not putting out enough damage to take out those tanky boys. this is what I'm running for the fire staff skill tree. Be sure to pause the video or screenshot. And then lastly, the rapier skill tree. And like I said before, be sure to pause the video or take a screenshot, whatever works best. I'm running the fruit salad food. Always got to have a good desert sunrise, and running a honing stone definitely helps out the build as well. And lastly, guys, I would like to preface that this is more of a template on what to build around. Of course, you can fine tune it to your liking. It doesn't have to be the exact same. What works for me might not work for you. Tinker a little bit and adjust it to your liking. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all in my next video.